Okay, so today we're going to work on the coffee cup. And I have here colors: titanium buff or unbleached titanium, raw umber, Naples yellow, and white. So we're going to mix these colors together to get a nice base. Let's see. Oh, I need water. All right, so let's take, I'm going to use a brush instead of a palette knife. So I am using the titanium buff or unbleached titanium as the base color, and I'm going to put in it the other ones, the other colors. Now, I'm not going to use white yet. We're just going to use Naples yellow, raw umber, and unbleached titanium or titanium buff. I would say let's do a medium tone. The Naples yellow will give the color, shift the color from just boring kind of brown into an interesting kind of more vibrant color. Now we can add blue to this if we want, and that will be nice as well. But let's keep it very simple. That's a good color for the base. It's not bad. I can shift it if I want to different values. So inside the cup is really dark. Right here, this side, right here. So I'm not going to do anything right now with this color inside the cup. I'm going to keep it. Let's do this. Let's start with this part. And I think when we were talking about this tonight, before I started recording, we decided that we're not gonna put this shadow in here. We're gonna remove it and simplify. We will put the design that's on the cup after. We're just kind of now cleaning up. And then we will start changing the values, putting light and dark. Okay, that's good. All right, let's get that. All right. Now, I'm going to take more of the raw umber, put it in here, and we talked about not using too many colors for the lights and darks, or the shadows and the light area. So I'm just going to use burnt umber, and
burnt or raw?
I'm sorry, raw.
No.
Thank you, raw. And now it will look, you will notice that it looks, actually this is too much, too dark. Let's highlight it a bit. You will notice that it looks flat. It will look flat until we start putting reflection. Okay, so look at, okay, I'm going to wipe my brush or take another brush. And because the paint is wet right now, I'm going to, with the corner of my brush, blend these two colors together. So I don't have a harsh edge right there. Okay. Now, again, I'm going to take some of the dark color that I have here, and I'm going to come here and kind of a bit over here, because I'll tell you why. Because this cup, the edge of the cup is not completely flat. It turns up on the sides. So what I'm going to do is kind of darken tiny bit this side right here. So, and then blend again with the color, original color that I had before. Okay, so this is going to be again a little bit darker here. A little bit darker until we get to the spoon. You take again raw umber, mix raw umber with again the original base color.
It's really coming down.
Mm.
Yeah, I hear it.
Aren't you glad you're not driving?
So true. Thunder.
Thunder?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I can hear it now.
Yeah, I can hear it here.
going to take medium tone, or take a bit of more titanium buff, and put it here. And again, I'll show you in a minute. We're going to put a transition between the dark and light in here. I'm going to grab one of these round brushes. Try to soften the transition between light and dark so you don't have a harsh edge, harsh line. This is light color here. Medium, I should say medium tone. It's not light, it's medium tone. Now, I know because we have a design on the cup that we are going to put, I'm not finishing the edges. Well, I am, but here. And the more I go to the side or to the inside of that cup, I'll show you where here, the darker I'm going to make it by adding raw umber. Just here. Side is where the handle is. It's dark. Again. So look, this would kind of, it will look now like a boring kind of, and everything looks flat, but this is just preparation. We're preparing. I'm going to darken a little bit, not much, down here between where the cup hits the saucer. Little bit, not much. And I'm going to extend, because you'll see what I'm going to do here. Eventually, I'm going to highlight this area, but for now, okay. Oh, geez. Wow. Okay. Now, I'm going to take same combination I had, but I'm going to add more here on the side. I'm going to take the base color. I'm going to add titanium buff to this. A little bit of white, not much, just a bit. and Naples yellow. Why Naples yellow? Because Naples yellow is a soft yellow, and it will give you the look of sun, a sunny area. Now I don't want to go too much. I don't want to, make it too light. This is good. The yellow, ochre. I'm sorry, Naples yellow. Naples yellow gives you that hint of yellow in there, but it's soft. I'm gonna come here. See how strong it is? But this is what's going to make it look amazing, and it looks, like it's really the sun is hitting this part. I'm gonna pause in a minute so you can catch up. Okay, and again, in between the dark and light, I am going to create a soft line in there in a minute. I'm going to use another brush, maybe one of those the round one. My acrylic, my paint is drying, so I'm going to take a little bit of kind of in between value, so it's not too dark, not too light, and I'm going to mix, because you don't want your you can have a dark next to a light. It's fine, but I like to have a kind of a little bit of a medium tone in between, just so it doesn't look like there's a sharp line in there. It just softens this. All right, now let's go back to this color and do the same here. And I'm using one brush. Now, this is where the light is hitting from here, from left to this part. So this is going to be really, really light. And eventually what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight it a bit with adding a little bit more white. But as soon as this turns in, the value is going to be different. So I'm going to go back to this, mix the light I'm using with a bit of that medium tone, and I'm gonna come here and then add this in here. You can hardly see it, but it's there. And then when you get to this part, it's dark. So I have light, medium, and then dark. This is the dark part. Oh man. Ugh. Right here. This is the inside of the cup. Inside. This is inside of the cup. This is outside. I don't have the lip yet because we're just working on putting darks and lights and putting paint on. So no detail yet. Medium tone right here. And then it's highlighted right there. Technically, what we should be doing is taking mid-tone from here and you see where there's a cut right here. I am going to, between the light and dark, I'm going to go in and slowly kind of give it a bit of softer shadowing in here before I get to the really dark part. Because this is, if we're really looking at this, you would not have a dark line in there and then light, like dark light, because this is not straight, it turns. So as soon as it starts turning, then it will go a little bit darker, not much, a little bit darker, and then really dark where it's the, you know, it's really hidden from the sun. You always have to think about when you're doing something like this, you have to think about the shape of the object that you are putting the highlights and darks on. Is it straight? Is it round? You know, how it's looking. Right here, you see there's a dark. There's a dark right there. Okay, but then right where the the spoon is, there's a cut. This is really dark and this is light. So the right way of doing this is to take medium tone and gradually move, change the value, soften the value from the dark into medium into light. So right there, that's what I'm doing. Wow, this camera picks up everything. Look at the, even a bit of a water here, watermark, you can see it.
Oh yeah.
Value, if you don't have value, lights and darks, and you know, you don't have, paint is not enough. You will have flat painting. Value is very important, and it's very important to watch carefully when you are trying to paint something. Watch the value. You know, there's a saying, value does all the work and color takes the credit. You know, have you heard of that? Yeah, value does all the work and color takes the credit. I'm going to bring a little bit of that, this highlight, just a little bit right here. So it doesn't look like the spoon is cutting in between, cutting the highlight. Okay, just a tiny bit. I'm going to stop, pause, and then we'll come back.
Stop it, yeah, stop it, yeah.
Okay, so I'm just, right now, what I'm doing is I'm softening all of this, because you know acrylic dries darker. So I usually wait until it's dry, and then I adjust the values and the colors. So if there's something in the color that I am not happy with, or if it turns too dark, too light, then I adjust. So right now here it's turning a bit too dark. We don't need all of this. Doesn't have to be that dark. Also because I am highlighting this. So the more I highlight this, the darker this looks. So I'm going to just kind of a little bit of softening the color first, making it a little bit less gray. That's better.
Are you adding more yellow?
A little bit of Naples yellow and titanium buff, just to soften it a bit. There. We don't need that much of a dark, except on this side. This side more than this here. This is where the sun is hitting on this side. On the left, sun is hitting this way. So although there's a shadow in there, but it's not that dark. There, that's better. I'm going to take a little bit more white because this is turning dark again. Kind of, I'd like to highlight it a little bit more. Yellow, Naples yellow, titanium buff. I'm not going to bring it all the way up to here because this part is higher. This is flat. This is where it catches sun, most of the sun and the light. And this where it starts to turn up on the edge. All right, same here, same over here. I'm going to enhance all of this. This area. Enhance the highlight. Especially at the top part of the cup. Top part, right there. All right, now the handle, let's have a look at the, okay, there are some really nice, beautiful reflections in here on the handle. So I'm going to take a round brush, medium size. I am going to take a bit of highlight, or actually medium tone, let's say. And I'm going to put the medium tone here. Okay, just make sure it's not too light. It's a bit flat right now. I'm going to enhance it a bit, or make, work on the values a bit. So if this is going all the way from here to here and it turns, then the highest part is this one here, right here. Oops, what is that? So I'm going to highlight this a bit, just a bit, not much. You don't want it to jump, and then you just let it go darker. Again, bottom part will have a bit of highlight, or medium tone, because this is really dark right now. So medium, let's take a medium tone in here. So now when I put the highlight, it will look really good. Right there. So these are light reflections. Let's take a bit more, kind of highlight it a little bit more. So slowly I am going to add a bit of more reflections here, a reflection of, I'm just watching, I'm following what I'm seeing there, but I am really keeping an eye on my values. Not too light, not too dark.
Zoom in a little on that, or can you
Pardon?
zoom in closer, or no?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
I'm darkening this. I'm just, adjusting the values because I lost some of the darks in here. And here too, it's a bit too highlighted right now here. Right there and here. I lost the edge. So I'm gonna do this. If you do work slowly and keep an eye on the values, it should be okay. Now I'm gonna take again, and it's, when we work with folds, you need a very soft transition from light to dark, otherwise it looks flat. It's the same thing here. I'm trying to get a soft transition from light to dark, and I don't want it to look flat. So this is the light highlighted. I'm gonna put next to it medium tone, try to mix it in, blend it, and then slowly go into the dark. A bit more dark in here. And it should look soft. It has a soft, kind of thick side. I'm just fixing the shape. And the value bit. Okay. I'm sorry, I have to turn it around. Okay. Again, I'm going to highlight the side of the cup right here because the sun is really hitting, coming from this side. So the sun is hitting the side of the cup. So we don't really need to, it doesn't need to be too dark. in here. And I'm going to turn it around this way. I'm going to bring the coffee to the edge in here when I start putting coffee on in the when I start working on that. Oh, I need burnt umber. Just need to clean up around the cup from the outside. Oh, sorry. All right. I'm gonna pause. All right, so I'm gonna highlight this part again a little bit more. So titanium buff, a little bit of Naples yellow, touch, not too much, of the yeah, it's good, of the raw umber. I can see yellow in there, so it's good. I'm just trying to shift it a bit from strong, the strong gray that I'm getting in the areas where it's highlighted. There, that's better. Okay. Now we can work on the edge of the design that's in here, because that then I can put the rim, highlight this rim, you can see it better. So, oops, mistake. I'm going to use burnt umber. Let's see if titanium buff is a good option. And then what we can do is use Naples yellow for the highlighted area. So do you want to do that, put that design of the rim right there, the brown? I think it would be nice. Okay, I'm gonna try.
Yes. Yes. It's on silent, and I'm saying yes.
Yes, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. All right, let's do that. So I'm gonna take Naples yellow. burnt umber. Put quite a bit of it right here. I need to start with a medium tone and then put the design on top with the burnt umber. I'll show you in a minute what I mean. This is quite a bit of a yellow in there. So I am using Naples yellow. I'm not using yellow. Or we can use not yellow ochre. Let's see what we can do here. Raw sienna. If I can find my raw sienna. Let's try with this Naples yellow first. If we don't like it, we can change it. Although I have a feeling it's going to be okay. So I'm going to start with here, this part. Oops. It's here. And I'm going to bring the brown in, which is burnt umber. I'm going to be careful first. It's more like a glaze, not very harsh, not very dark. So I'm putting the base color, and then I'll put the design on top. So I get to this area and it's really highlighted. I'm going to take a little bit of Naples yellow and add it here. So it's not very dark, because of course it's going to follow the light. And again, go to the dark right here. I usually adjust a lot of colors and highlights, and once I put the main colors, I go back and I adjust values, colors, whatever, shape.
Is that raw umber still?
Burnt umber. This
Okay.
I'm using burnt umber here.
Burnt umber and raw sienna.
No, I didn't use the raw sienna.
Sorry.
I said, I mentioned that I probably need raw sienna would be a good color, but I didn't need it. I used Naples yellow and it's fine.
Naples yellow and the burnt umber almost looks like raw sienna together.
Yes, they do. You're right. So over here where the shadow is, I can see that the burnt umber is really dark on this side of the cup. So, and it goes in like that. You see a little bit of the Naples yellow over here, not much, but you see a lot of the burnt umber.
Are you using any titanium buff with that combination, or is just
No,
2 colors?
No, just 2 colors.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm going to take burnt umber only, and I'm going to try to do this design that I see there on top. Now I can do that. And I am going to in between use also Naples yellow. On this side of the cup, you don't see much of the design because it disappears. But then you start seeing it again on this side. And again, I have to keep an eye on the values. So when I get to the point where there's a strong highlight, I need to highlight my burnt umber as well. I take Naples yellow, mix it with the burnt umber a bit, and then, oh wow, no, more, and then go in and soften. I always have to go back and soften the colors and the designs because of the way acrylic dries. Okay. I think this is the hardest part, the cup itself. The design on the cup, especially when you get to this part. You can see it's really dark inside. And now I need to take Naples yellow, this part of the rim on the cup is a bit more highlighted because of the sun. And one more burnt umber with the titanium buff, Naples yellow, sorry, not titanium buff, Naples yellow. And I'm making it into more of a kind of a glaze. And I'm gonna give this rim here. Actually go lighter a little bit. And then okay, now again. So the design has on the rim has a brown on both sides. So you have Naples yellow in the center, and then we have brown on the edge, outer edge and inner. So I'm just putting right the outer part first right now. All right, we're getting there.
Looking good.
Yeah. I need to turn it around. Sorry about that. That's the only way for me to be able to get that fine line. Jeez. Wow.
Is that still part of the rim?
No, that's the inside of the cup. There, see? Inside of the cup. Like the porcelain inside. Yeah.
Yeah, I was getting confused.
Yeah, because I turned it around as well. It was like upside down, so it's a bit confusing. Now, one more thing before we're done for today. I'm going to take white and a little bit of Naples yellow, but mostly white. And I'm going to highlight the rim in certain areas with the strong highlight. Like it's like a shiny kind of reflection in certain areas of the rim. This cup is not looking 100% round, but you know what? It's okay. It's kind of a
painting.
It's a cup, kind of wobbly cup. Here we go. I'm just going to highlight with white and Naples yellow part of this rim. Okay, not bad. All right, so next week we'll work on the rim of on this side and the spoon.
Looks really nice.
All right, so we managed to do the coffee cup. Next week we'll finish it, do the spoon, the coffee, and the rest of the saucer.